We're live.
We're live.
It echoes unless you have your headphones on. That's crazy.
Interesting. Maybe it's
Yeah,
because it picks up your
hears it.
voice. Yeah,
It hears it. It likes my voice.
loves your voice.
So, welcome to the Russell Hant Show. We are live with Libby Monday. She's eating popcorn, but that's great. That's always good
It's been
when
a
it's always good when you can have a beautiful girl eating in front of you. Usually, they just want to eat salad.
not this girl. Nope.
Would
I was
you
just live
eat?
on Hearts of Reality, and I ate my dinner while I was on Instagram. It's fine.
That's what I'm talking about. So
It's
you
fine.
don't mind eating ribs with your hands?
My family owns a barbecue store, so
Is it in
I'm.
Texas?
It's in Texas.
Can you give me the address?
Yes. No, I
What
don't know it, but it's
you
called
can't
Vin.
you
It's called Vincent Smokehouse.
Vince?
My last name
Okay, smokehouse.
Vincek.
Oh well,
Smokehouse.
I'm gonna try it out, and I'm gonna do a review on your family's restaurant. See how
Yes,
good that.
please do.
I know ribs
hmm
now. I know barbecue.
Well,
So
they have great barbecue. Yes,
all
I
right,
was in
Libby,
Montana last night on
that's
Instagram.
good.
You guys act like you haven't seen worse than that. Come on.
So just so you know, Libby, and I texted you and told you this, but actually, just so everybody else knows, we had last three lives, we had 4,100 views, and then our last live, or not last live, but live before that, this is a fourth one, 4,400 views, and then the last live we had 5,000. So we've gained
That's so
almost a
awesome.
thousand views, and I think that's because we are much better than Rob has a podcast and Fishbacks Know It All. I think we're much better,
You think we're much better?
but they've been doing it 10 years.
True. We're new
Just think
faces.
if we were doing this for 10 years, we would be like somebody would pick us up. We have to have Libby and Russell.
Libby and Russell.
So yes,
So,
we have a great season of survival. Well, I'll be honest with you, Libby. I'm not so sure. They were saying one of the best of all time. It's
really?
it's. I would put it at this point at top 10, at the lower end of that. Would you say that?
Yeah. I mean, it's still a great season.
It's a good
The winners,
season.
I mean, it's the winners. So obviously they know how to play. They know what to look for. They know that I mean, it's obviously a good season. I just think that at the end of it, it gets to where it's like, okay, who's gonna play? And now we're kind of just waiting for all the winners to be their best. And you have to they can't be because not everybody can be on top. So it's kind
Right.
of weird watching people who used to be at the top not at the top anymore. It's just very
Do you
odd.
think that Probst is happy with the way that turned out? Because all the big boys and big girls are sitting at EOE. And look, I mean, if you take Tony from the picture, do you have a show?
Well, I think if you took Tony away from the picture, somebody would have stepped up to own the show.
I don't.
And
I don't know about that. I mean, who
I
do you
mean,
have? Sarah? She didn't in her
true,
season.
true. And Jeremy might.
I mean,
Um,
Jeremy's he seems like an amazing guy and everything. But when it comes to straight up entertainment, who we have? Michelle? She didn't in her season.
no, no, you're right. I know,
So it's like
Parvati,
who do
Rob,
we have?
everybody who would have made the season, they are all on EOE. Ah, that's
They're gone.
true.
They're
Dang.
gone.
I know. I wonder what Jeff Probst thinks or was thinking right now at this time in the show.
Denise? I mean, come on. I mean, look at who we
Denise
have. Ben? It would be and
Denise was so set off during
Yes.
tribal. It was so funny. She was like, "No, I'm done."
And we'll get to that
Classic.
for sure. But so, and the reason I'm talking about that is because, remember Chaos Cast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she tweeted a picture of Tony. See if I can get my arm over. I did the challenge, by the way, the challenge that they did. And Tony's arm is almost level, like it's down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When you hold your arm straight up, it's way harder. Now, if you can relax a little bit, it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's just like resting.
Yeah, well, her take on it is that Tony's arm was a lot lower, and that she posted a picture as well than everybody else's, assuming that it was a fixed challenge. Now, I know Jeff. I don't think the production does that. I think it may have just seemed that way because the angle they were looking at. But we know how. I mean, they want a good show. I get it. But if they want a real good show, then you put that idol and let that be a real idol when Adam goes looking at on the whatever that is.
Yeah. Hey, T Series, can you like chill with this? Is kind of bothering me. Sorry, by the way. In the comments.
Yeah. Just only one comment at a time.
No, well, he's
actually Libby actually reads the comments. So
I actually read the comments because I like to know what y'all are questioning, what y'all are asking.
Yeah.
So
she reads it more than me, but go ahead.
I just think I don't think they're ever gonna like fix it. But Ben, like, I mean, he caught Ben. He was like, "Ben, did you touch the pole?" And Ben was like, "Yeah, I did." And so that was good. I really don't think that they fixed it. Too many eyes are on them. Like too many people are watching. They have like so many people out there that like they can't really fix a challenge and somebody not be bothered by it. That's not part of the game,
So I blocked somebody. You got to be, if you're going to be inappropriate, guys.
Yeah, please don't.
We're not going to have you. We're not going to. I mean, you can joke, you can have fun, but just don't be inappropriate.
T Series, you're about to be blocked if you keep saying this too.
Don't do it, man. Don't make me do it.
Don't do it.
You got called out by the principal.
Watching you. So yeah. I mean the last episode was pretty heartbreaking to me all around. It's just like
okay. We can skip around. That's what this is. This is really us talking about overall of the episode. We don't have to.
But I like to talk about other stuff too.
A loser.
No? Can you hear me?
Now that doesn't supposed to happen.
What?
Show I'm buffering for you podcasters listening. Yeah, that doesn't supposed to happen anymore.
What?
Did I disappear for a second there? No?
Mm-mm.
What was I saying?
You said that's what we usually do is we talk about the game of Survivor.
Okay. Yeah, because we both disappeared on my side. But anyway.
Weird.
So this is also going from now on going with the podcast. So we will be on the Russell Hant Show podcast. I'm still having trouble with iTunes for some reason. But so you know what upset me the most, and I think it's going to upset you the most too?
Tell me, Russell.
Do you think I'm right? Do you think that we have the same type of upsetting, whatever? It upset me when Kim quit.
Basically.
Well, she did. She quit for peanut butter.
Yeah. Oh, well,
that was her challenge.
That was her challenge. Like, I was like, it caught me off guard for sure. Because I was like, one, you know that you don't have the numbers right now. So why would you quit? Two, why are you going to let Tony win again? I mean, I know that it just was very frustrating. I know that she's always been my favorite player. I feel like everything that she says I can trust. But when she quit, it was like, What? And I think that okay, she like,
Yeah, I am.
okay. But when she like left, I was just like, dang it. Like, I really wanted to watch her win that challenge and then take over the game. I thought this was like the turning point.
Right. Yeah, she's such a good player. I mean, you can tell that she is aware of what's going on. She knows the game. She's good at it. But her doing that was so shocking. That was her challenge to win, for
Yeah.
sure.
Dang.
And she steps
That
down.
broke my heart. She stepped down. Like, everybody started stepping down. I was like, for peanut butters and cookies. Like, Nick could have taken the, like, that was Nick's only chance, I feel, that he could have won.
Right. Everybody stepped down. Yeah, it was like and the funny thing is, somebody brought this up to me. Who said, oh, we said this after the show on the live show with Cody. When they stepped down, Jeff says, this is good until it's over. But they all stepped down at the same time. When you see Jeff handed it to him, it almost looks like he wants to pull it back. But he's being really nice lately.
Jeff, yeah, I mean, ever since the family episode, that's where we started to notice, like, Jeff's being really soft. Like brings out food, no survivor auction, like the families, like.
I think that when they all stepped off, if I was Jeff, I'd have been like, that's it. No,
Yeah,
none of y'all get it. It's over.
That would have been epic. Yeah. Well, then Jeff would have taken charge of the game. It would have been like, whoo, respect.
And he needs to take charge of the game, because what are they doing at Tribal Council now? The third time they get up and talk and walk, like they don't know what's going. It's like you don't have your plan together.
Yeah.
And I think that Jeff should say, and Jeff he's the boss.
Mm-hmm.
He don't listen to me. He don't listen to none of us. He's definitely the boss. But I think that he should be like, guys, you're sitting down. If you want to change your vote, you can change it. Mm-hmm. But you're going to have to holler, you're going to have to do it behind everybody. You have to talk out loud.
Yeah. Like the whispering now, it's like, okay, it was exciting at first, and now it's just like, okay, like enough is enough. Like, we don't know what's going on. Nobody can tell. Like, they're not even doing subtitles. I'm just like, what's happening? It's really like,
we
really
don't know
annoying.
what's happening.
Yeah.
And so I know production doesn't like that, because they like to know where the storyline goes. You can change the whole storyline right there at Tribal Council, and they might not have any footage to show.
None
what
to back it
just
up.
happened.
Nothing.
I know they don't like that. So
Jeff,
because of that, I
feel like Jeff, like, at first he loves it. Now he's just like, he's annoyed, just as annoyed as production is. Oh, we have a question.
I think everybody loved it at first.
Right.
I enjoyed the first time they did it. I was like, oh, okay, they've done this before in seasons that we watched. Yes, I enjoy this. I'm liking it. But now it's like, come on, guys, get with the program.
Like, let's play. Like, play when you're supposed to play.
Right.
So, who do I think will get back into the game from EOE?
That's the last question, but you can answer it now.
Oh, what should I answer that now? Wait, what should I answer?
We just, doesn't matter. It's not like we're a scheduled show.
Yeah, we'll answer this, and we'll go into like the timeline of the episode.
Right.
Okay, I think either Natalie or Bossa Rob, because Natalie.
Bossa Rob couldn't beat 6 people. You seen the old man?
True. That's true. Who knows?
I mean,
there's a huge storm going on in Nashville right now. That's why Charlie is like,
oh, there is?
Out. Yeah. Oh. So if I lose internet, that'd be why. The lights just flickered, so that was why I was like, uh-oh. I'm
gonna put up Team Rob here. Give him
Rob,
respect. You see, I give respect to the players. Yeah. People think I hate Rob. I hate Sandra. I hate that Sandra quit. I don't hate Sandra, and I don't hate Rob. It's like
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't. I think that he played a bad game this game. I think it was terrible. I don't think it's the Rob we're used to. We seen it. He couldn't beat six people. He act like it was his elbow. That, oh, my elbow cracked. That's it for me. I'm done.
That
No,
was
you
so.
just can't beat him.
Yeah, that was. Oh, that like made my body hurt watching and hearing. Oh, that was bad. But I think Natalie, since she has the most fire tokens right now, and also she's just a challenge beast. But either her, Sophie, I mean, maybe Wendell if it's like a very athletic challenge. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I think for sure it's going to be Natalie. I mean, it's kind of hard. And the way that we're watching it, way we're watching production kind of
she's
revolve
been
around
on
it,
it. Yeah.
I think she comes back.
Yeah.
And I've always said whoever comes back from EOE makes the final three. It only makes sense
Yeah. I mean, if she comes back onto the island, she's gonna make final three.
for sure.
Like, no chance
100.
she's gonna accept getting voted out. Like, she's gonna do something crazy. So I'd love to watch her back on. I just really like. I remember her season. I just don't remember it like vividly. So I just like love watching her play. Like, I really enjoyed her like
Right.
being on EOE and like making the best of it and just staying strong, even though like she got voted out so early. Like, it was just like she's been fun
Yeah.
to watch. Um, Jonathan. Oh, I miss Jonathan. I talked to him the other day. Do you stay in touch with a lot of the people from your season?
No,
No,
I mean, it's been 10 years.
that's true.
So, I mean, I used to be super close with Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got married. And then that was it. She had babies. And I don't
Do you
think she talks to
ever
anybody.
do you ever do any of like any Survivor events or anything like that?
No, nope.
Mm.
Only thing we do is the Russell Hant show from now on. We're going to go to the events, but we're going to go as the Russell Hant show. But
No,
I ain't even did that yet.
I go to events. I like events as Libby.
No,
As going.
they're cool, and you can meet the fans and stuff like that. But I'll tell you why. The last time I did an event, it was Give Kids the World,
Mm-hmm.
and I was one of the originals for Give Kids the World. We had 10 people, and
Wow.
we started getting more and more people. The guy that does it, we became pretty close. Then, as people started getting in there, for some reason, I have people like to mess with me. I mean, it's just how it is. And this guy was on Amazing Race, wasn't even on Survivor or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept messing with me one night. And I was drinking. I was at the bar.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, that guy needs to stop. Like, I don't know why and then he kept looking at me. Like, and for some reason trying to get at me. And I was with a group of people. He was too. And then he was making stupid faces. And I was like, that's it. So I went up to him. I said, listen, what's your problem? And you're going to leave me alone because I don't want any problems. I don't want this to get out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said, and you're going to stop. But he never did. So eventually I just threw him on the ground.
I understand.
And then he started hollering. He taller, bigger guy than me. Put him on the ground and he starts hollering, security, security. After that, I was like, I cannot do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too much. Everybody wants a piece of Russell Hant.
Just
couldn't
too
do it
popular,
anymore.
Russell. And that's what I had at 7:00 was a Give Kids the World live on Instagram, Hearts of Reality. So I love it because I have so many friends from different
It's
shows.
good.
And so I like working at Disney. I have such a heart for like Hearts of Reality. Like, I love going to the village and I love getting to do it now for me,
Yeah.
like as myself. And so it's just like really cool to be able to like do that. But I didn't know if you did anything. I was supposed to go to the bowl-a-thon with Michelle and Andrea Belke in March, but because of COVID, we weren't able to travel. So,
Right.
um,
What is it in August?
Hearts for Reality is in August now in
Are they doing
Orlando,
it this
and then
year?
yeah, so far it's still happening in August in Orlando, and then they moved. We're doing one in LA, and they moved it from being in May to in December, so it'll be like a
Okay.
Christmas one in
Right.
LA.
Yeah, I just can't. And I'm good friends with Michael. Like we're tight,
Yeah,
and
he's
it's just
cool.
we used to be. But then somebody said something, and I didn't want to go no more. And then they said, "Oh, Russell got banned from Get Kids the World." And then all of a sudden, he's like, "No, he's not banned." And I
Yeah,
think
I
he
never
invited
heard you were
me, and I was
banned.
like, "Look, it's not." What's that?
I don't. I never heard you were banned.
No, I'm not. He was like, "No, it's just you know he can come back." But then I was like, "Nah, that's it. If I go, it's only going to be professional,
Yeah,
completely professional, and with the fans and with my show. But
yeah.
other than that, so I have a cruise August the 1st
Oh,
that me and my
cool.
son's going on. So cruise lines open up August, not yeah, August the 1st. That's the first cruise that opens up, and I'll be on that one.
That's so fun. I love
Have you ever been on a
cruises.
cruise?
I
Oh,
love
they're
them.
amazing.
The supplement
Amazing.
company that the last cruise I went on, the supplement company that I'm an athlete for, um, we all like 8 of us girls who represent the brand. We all went
Uh,
on the Bowmore Nutrition took us out on a cruise, and it was the most fun ever. It was so much fun. It's
how
the
many days
best.
was it?
It was a 7 day cruise. We went to like
Yeah,
Haiti.
got to be.
We biked around the Dominican Republic. It was so cool.
Yeah. No,
Um,
it's a blast. We have fun. I have two of them booked already.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
need to
we.
book one.
I go most
We
of
have
the
to
time. I
try.
go with my daughters. That's almost 20. They're 20. They're twins, and then
Mhm.
I go with my son because they like to have fun and drink and all that. So I
Yeah.
go with them. We have that type of fun. Then I go with my younger daughter and my son. So we have a good
Um,
time.
yeah, they're so much fun. I love the all you can eat part.
What I would like is the
That's
Russell Hant
good.
show to go on a cruise where you and I could do Living Mondays on a cruise.
Or Libby, yeah, Libby Mondays, but Libby every night, and that would be so
That's
cool. That would be really
ready.
cool.
So
We'll
somebody
get there.
messaged me, Libby, and said um, that we should auction off a date with Libby. I was like, oh no,
Uh, Maybe auction off a
that one might be
FaceTime
a
or
little.
like auction
You
off
don't know
like
who's gonna outbid who and who's gonna be out there. Well, can you be safe? I don't know if
yeah,
that's
I
safe.
don't think I'd do a date, but I definitely do like we could have a guest on the show. I'm like we'd have the show together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that we auction off FaceTimes all the time.
yeah,
That'd be fun.
cool.
Michelle
No,
has
we
close personal relationships with Wendell, Jeremy, Parvati, Kim, and she probably yeah. Okay. Anyways, go on. Go on. Very true.
so who in Survivor? I know we're getting off of this season, but I'm sure everybody's interested. Who?
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna do. When Survivor's over, we're just gonna talk. So we're gonna talk anyway. That's
hmm
what this show is gonna be about when
Yeah.
Survivor's over. But who are you close with in Survivor? That's not linked to your season.
Um, it's not linked to my season. I'm pretty close with like Jay, Adam, Cole, because we all lived in LA together. Andrea Belke, I would say, is one of my closer friends. I like Lauren Alexander. So,
For some reason, Andrea, me and her, I don't know if we like it. I'm not even clear we don't like each other. We like each other, but I'm not clear why. I think we don't like each other, and I'm not clear why. My only, uh, what I think it is because I was stupid. I was drunk all the time. When I fought that kid, I was drunk. Just
mm-hmm.
being an idiot. And I think maybe because I'm mean when I'm drunk. I don't know if you could see that in me. I'm not
I'm just
a good
listening. I'm listening.
Right. I'm not a good drunk, and that's probably the reason. I don't have anything against Andrea, but I always feel like something. I always feel like she's mad at me, or I'm supposed to be mad at her. And I don't know why.
I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. I never
Right.
talked to her about that, but um,
Does she know that you
yeah,
do this show?
I think so. I
Surprised,
think
because
like
I mean, I'd
anytime
like to
that
know if I did something wrong. Then you can tell me off camera.
okay, I'll ask her. I'll talk to her about it. I know that like her and I have been close because every time I go to New York, like her and I always go to dinner together and like we just catch up in New York City or like go on set with her, and that's so much fun. She's just like to me, she's like somebody who I look up to, so it's really cool to like be close with her. Um, and then I guess like
I played with her.
I know maybe that's why.
Yeah. So, all right.
I don't know. I'll ask her.
And I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know. I have no clue.
But
But
yeah, I'd say like
she's doing her thing right now.
she's doing her thing. She's on top of her game for sure. Mm,
That's a good thing.
poor pet. He's sleeping. I mean, he's been so tired. Charlie had his graduation from puppy training
I've
today,
seen that. I've
and
actually seen that.
yeah, he's just been. But since there's like a huge storm going on right now, he just is like kind of. And I don't want him barking. I know a lot of people complained about his collar last time, jingling in the
Right.
background. So
Oh no,
sorry
one
about
person
that.
complained about it. One person
One
complained about
person. Okay.
the collar
Sorry that it was annoying, but
out
at
of
least it's
five
not.
out of 5,000. So don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, I try not to, but I've got to keep that collar on him. I don't like to take it off of him, only when
Yeah.
we sleep.
Oh, keep it on.
But yeah, so I don't want him barking while we're doing this, so that's why he's sitting up here. And I was eating popcorn, so he smelled it. And what was I going towards? Oh, I was just reading the comments. What is my favorite candy? Okay, my favorite candy. I love candy. I like peach rings. I like Twizzlers.
I love peach rings.
Mm-hmm.
Love peach rings.
Right now, the only candy that I really eat are these Australian Twizzlers called like Red Twists or something. They're so good. They sent me like a big pack of them. And then Smart Sweets sour like peach rings. But they're Smart Sweets, so they have like fiber, less sugar, things like that in them. Charlie, what are you doing? Oh, he's
So when we get back to the show a little bit, and I
yeah.
want to talk about we had Ben find the idol, and when he
Mhm.
found the idol, he tried to hide it from Tony. It's kind of like backhand hide.
Yeah,
And
that
let him
was
see
super
this.
awkward to watch. That was so
Right.
awkward.
And then Tony's like, it's funny how Tony gets in their head, because Tony, he's like, well, you just messed me over last week. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, that was last week. This is now. Like, what you talking about? We boys now. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, you right. You right.
You're right. Like Ben, like why you gotta try to hide that from me? Like I saw it, man. Like here, like let's high five. Let's talk about it. Okay, cool. I'm like that had to just been like, I couldn't really turn away. It was terrible. But like Tony's kind of like pulling that whole what boss not. I mean, I don't know. I felt like Tony's trying to like rule the camp now, and like kind of like what Boston Rob did the last time before the merge, where he was like, "I'm just
Right.
going to watch everybody so that nobody goes and talks. Like we already have our decision made. Blah blah blah." Tony's kind of like that guy now. Like he's like, "All right, you got an idol? You got to tell me about it. You want to vote for this person? You got to tell me about it. Like I need to approve all this."
Right.
I mean,
right.
nice, but
that's taking control. But I always say, like, you get mentally whipped out there. You get mentally whipped.
mm-hmm.
So that's what we're seeing happen. These are players that's actually won the game before. So all of a sudden, you have Tony taking control mentally, and they're all like, okay. That's why my big saying that everybody knows is, if you can control the way they feel, you can control the way they think. I had off this subject a little bit. I had some woman say, because of you is the reason I'm happy and divorced. Because while I was watching you, I looked at my husband and was like, "That's what he's doing to me."
Oh
I was
my
like,
gosh.
I was like, I didn't
Wow.
mean to ruin a marriage,
Ugh. I'd like to
but
say, sorry about that. You're welcome.
you're welcome.
So
But
awkward.
really, it's
Wow.
really the case in life too.
Hmm.
Some people, it's not a good thing when it goes to real life. Then it becomes like a problem. But
Yeah.
in the game of Survivor, you get so beat down, you're like, man, I don't care anymore. We see Ben doing it,
Yeah. It's
and we
almost like, I
see
don't care. Just tell me what to do. Like, let me just make it
right,
to the next day. That's kind of
and
like
then
what
we
we see.
see it happen to Denise at Tribal Council.
Hmm.
She's
Yeah.
like, I don't care. I don't want to do it no more. I'm done. I'm done. Because you're so stressed. It's almost like a nagging relationship, and he just won't shut up. And you're like, I'm done. I'm done. I
Yeah.
can't. I can't take this no more.
Yeah, like you're like, okay, if you have enough energy to tell me what to do, then fine. Like, okay, I'll say yes. Like that's like the wife just like saying yes, 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 or whatever. Like you hear when people are like almost in like an abusive relationship, you're just like, I don't feel like fighting. Just like I give up. Like you tell me what to do.
Right.
And it's like that, but that's also what makes a winner. Like the winners have the
Exactly.
energy. The winners are like, okay, I'm thinking, I'm thinking. If you're not thinking and you're not willing to make the move, then I don't think you deserve to win because you're just like, I'm exhausted. That means you're not surviving. It's the
Well,
ultimate, like, you know, I don't know. That's
no,
just,
I
I
think
mean,
it's. I understand it and I get it, but when I can remember when I went out to play, I never played before, but I knew that it was going to be hard by the things I heard about it. I knew it was going to be mentally hard. So how I focused wasn't running, going to the gym all the time. I mentally focused and I was like, okay, if somebody hollers at me, somebody says something in my face, I have to relax, calm,
mm-hmm,
and stay on focus. Stay,
exactly.
you know, my entire family thought we have 6 kids in our family, 8 with
Wow.
my mom and dad. So everybody was like, there's no way Russell can do this game. There's no way because as soon as somebody hollers at him, and I'm not like that no more. I don't want everybody to think I'm some kind of hothead because I'm not. Things have changed in my life to where I'm a totally different person.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, there's no way he's going to handle somebody screaming in his face. I mean, you're from Texas. You're from
Yeah.
the South. How many guys do you know in the South that can handle somebody just screaming in their face? Like we're prideful people down here, and
Yeah.
we're tough.
We
So
are.
that's just how it is.
That's a good point. I mean, like, of course, people from like in my family, I mean, I'm not gonna be specific on who, but
No, we
like,
don't.
oh, you can handle that? Are you sure you can do that? I'm like, am I sure? Like, don't pull the like, well, sweetheart, you know that you're gonna live out on an island. You're not gonna be able to shower. I'm like,
Right?
it'll be fine. And like, so I mean, obviously, yeah, it's like the southern thing where people are just like, you think you can do that? So like when you're out there, I mean, all of that messes with your head. You're like, one, okay, I'm going to prove to them. But two, were they right? Can I really handle this? And then like three, oh, I forgot that the entire world is going to be watching me doing this. Like,
Right.
I better like either show up or don't show up.
Yeah. You need another
I
shot.
I
One
would
more
love
shot.
that. One more shot. Give me one more shot. Yes, I'm drinking throat coat right now out of my once a princess, always a princess mug. I don't have the Russell Hands mug quite yet.
Yeah, it's
Things
not.
are things are
We
slow.
I've sent that 2 weeks ago. I sent the mug and I sent the shirts. I'm
Things are
waiting for
so backed
Tony
up
to
right
get
now.
his new school shirt
That's gonna
so
be
he can
so
wear it
cool.
on the live show when they Skype or when they whatever they do. What is that?
Oh yeah,
Zoom?
Zoom. Are they gonna Zoom it?
I think they're Yeah, it's going to be all.
Crazy.
Did you hear who's going to play the? Have you seen Tiger King? Did you hear who's playing Tiger King?
No.
Who's playing the series that in the series that they're coming up with? It's I just had him in my head. Nicolas Cage.
What?
I think it's going to be great.
He's great. I love Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing.
I am on Cameo, by the way. I'm reading
I'm
some
not.
of these.
They ask me over and over and over to do it. And the reason I don't do it is because I have a Patreon group, and I want to leave that to them. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to be able to call me and get a message, which
Well, you could just choose.
because I want something special for the Patreon group, to where they can. Because if you're a certain level, I'll do it once a year, no matter what. I'll call your family. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Call on Christmas. Call your kids. Tell them to go to sleep. Time for bed.
That's really cool. I like that you do that.
Yeah. So that's why I don't do it. I don't do it because I don't want to give the fans. I don't do it because I want to give my Patreons that's my number one fans all the access.
That's really special.
With me.
Yeah.
It's a special thing. Yeah.
Right. I don't think I have any fans that would be part of the Libby Vincent Patreon group. I don't think I can do that quite yet. Maybe once I play.
You can.
Yeah,
Charlie, I think sooner or later. I think that this one will be right around 55 with numbers.
Heck yeah.
If we can get, I think we're going to get this no matter what. Like, I think we'll end up by getting 10,000 people watching us no matter what we talk about. Now, can Fishback do that with Rob? Oh.
We need to get some. I want people to like make recommendations on what they want us to talk about. Like, submit questions before. We need to find a way for all of y'all to like submit questions before, or like so we can have like a theme of like 15 minutes of talking about certain things that y'all specifically want to talk about, like besides maybe Survivor, or like have a Q&A
when
session.
Survivor's over for sure.
Yeah, so like that's like some of the things that we should do. This popcorn is Lesser Evil Himalayan pink salt popcorn, by the way.
So I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing with my diet. I've got on a diet lately, Libby, and you're not gonna agree with my diet. But it's my diet. I created it. I actually did a YouTube on the same diet a while back. And what I do is I shock my body, right? And I don't eat anything but watermelon for 7 days.
7 days?
And like tomorrow is my seventh. Yeah, tomorrow is my 7th day.
How has it been going?
And I'm starving. Tomorrow's 6 days. I haven't eaten anything.
But watermelon.
And all I've lost is 7 pounds.
7 pounds?
But I lose like 30, 40 pounds in the summertime every year. Like if you'll see, you'll start seeing, like, I'll get to where I do that. I shock my body, then I start eating fish, only fish, greens, that kind of thing.
That's good. I can't afford to do that because my body, I get very
no, you can't do the watermelon diet.
No way. I just work out way too much. I can barely function
my
right now. I'm so
son is
behind
doing
on calories.
You ever seen my son? He's little.
Wow.
He's a mile runner, and he's the fastest in this district. But then he's like, I want to do it. I'm like, why? Hey, I want to show how tough I am. I want to know that I can do it. Like, that's why he's doing it. And he's 15. So he did it. Tomorrow his 7th day.
Is he shredded?
He's pretty shredded. And I'm like, and then he still wants to run. And I had to shut that down. I'm like, you cannot keep running and not doing anything. So I shut that down. When I seen him running, I was watching him run, and then he stopped like a bunch of times, and I'm like, oh no,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
he has to
I sprinted 2 miles today and then
2 miles.
the two workouts.
You ran solid 2 miles. What's your mile run?
Well, so we did our live workout, our 45-minute long cardio workout, and then we did then him and I went out and sprinted 2 miles. We did like an 8:30 mile and a 7:30 mile, and then so it's kind of fast, not like back in high school fast, but it's pretty fast. Yeah, so we're trying to get that speed up. Okay.
So somebody wanted this.
Yes.
It's interesting because my mom can cook really well. We're originally from Louisiana, so she cooks etouffees, boudin. They make homemade boudin. You know what that is? Everybody's like,
oh yeah.
What is boudin? But
boudin is
no, everybody else is saying
balls?
that. I know you know what it is.
Oh yeah.
But she makes gumbos, stuff like that. So the master chef, made a few phone calls, and I got her to the top of interviews with Master Chef.
Whoa.
And she was so nervous. She couldn't, like, she gets so nervous when she gets in a rush. When it's time to rush, I've never seen her like that. And then she was just get so nervous when it's time to rush. I don't know if that's good for her, so probably good she didn't get on there. But she has so good, her personality, her stories. It's crazy. She would have been loved. She would have been loved.
Darn it.
And I'm like,
Master Chef or Top Chef, they're saying.
One of them. A Top Chef.
Top Chef. Let's go Brussels.
I was waiting in line. They got mad at me. Production got mad at me because I was waiting in line with her. I was like, I'm not gonna make my mom wait in line by herself. Like we went to Austin, and that's where they were doing the thing. So I'm gonna make her wait in line by herself. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. They said, well, we don't want them to think that she's getting special treatment with you waiting in line with her.
Well, you're not.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I am 5'6.5", by the way. I'm reading these.
I want to know how tall you are, how much you weigh.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite candy? Would you ever date a fan? Like if he was a fan at first, but it started off as the fan thing.
I don't know. I think it would have to be a fan that I meet in person.
What? This guy here thought you were a big girl.
5'10"? Damn. Whoa. I
knew you was about 5'6".
Yeah, I'm pretty average.
Yes, I'm 5'6".
Hashtag basic.
We're the same height, Libby.
How about that?
We got something in common.
Oh.
So no,
5'6", 6'5", same thing.
That's the question. Would you date a fan?
I can't.
Let's see if I can find the right.
Say they comment, they DM me on Instagram.
Yes, as a fan, I'm a huge fan.
Send me this really nice message. Don't start it with Libby, I'm a huge fan. Like, you can't do that. Already red flag. I'm like, okay.
There you go. Now you know.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But I won't approach it as like, oh, who is this guy? Like, I appreciate, it's like you've already friend zoned yourself, basically. So I think if they approach it, don't start it with Libby, I'm a huge fan. But if you send me a DM and you message me and say something like, Libby, I remember watching you on Survivor, or saying something like totally not Survivor related, and then me finding out you were a fan. Right. That's even better.
I don't know.
Just don't address it as you're a fan because you're.
I don't know.
And you're trying to date
me because I think if you did
that's already
you have an uphill. I think you would have an uphill climb if you did it that way, but I don't think that would ruin it because you know, if you really, because I'm thinking for myself, if I'm really into their personality and they're beautiful and everything's perfect, trust me, I've been on dates with beautiful girls that I was like, what am I doing here? Like,
Yeah.
what I am keeping up this conversation, and I'm trying. It's like in a bad podcast, you know. It's like
Yeah.
being able. It's like trying to keep up the conversation and trying to keep something going, so you don't have that 10, 15 moments of silence that just awkward.
Yeah. I
So
mean, almost every date that I've ever been on, like, they don't even know I've been on Survivor, which is like, you're not alone there. Not a lot of people do, I guess. But
right,
like, they're like, oh my gosh, wait, what? That's really cool. What was that like? People that I have talked to in like on Instagram that like have like been a fan, it was like they were like, oh yeah, and I remember watching you. Like that was really cool. I think like very chill about it because I
yeah,
don't want you to ever. I guess like same thing with anybody else. Like if you're a professional athlete, you don't want to be dated like someone dating you only because you are a professional athlete. You know, so you got to find out like what more do you like about me besides that. So that's the only reason why I think like I probably wouldn't date a fan.
right. So
Russell, looks like you have a
I
date.
I would probably date a fan. I ain't gonna lie.
You'd be like,
But
you think I'm badass? I like you.
no, well, no. I mean, the thing is, in my life, and I've been, you know, on Survivor 3 times, and I went to Australia and did that little thing. It's like, it's part of my life. I got a podcast on it. I got a YouTube on it. If you can't support me and and I've been in relationships where they don't want to hear about it, and it's like you don't want to hear about it. It's what I do. It's what I do. Now it's what I do. Like
Yeah.
especially now because I'm a contractor by I was in oil and gas. My family was in oil and gas, and then I became a contractor. Uh, I did that always, and now you know, nobody's gonna let you in their house. You know,
Right.
so I have a whole team of people that's not working, so they have to find something to do, and it's not gonna be anytime soon to where you're gonna want somebody to come paint your, you know, your rooms.
True.
So I'm doing this, and this is what I enjoy it. I would like for this to be. I
Same
would
here.
like
Sorry.
for this to be all I do, to tell you the truth,
Yeah.
because I enjoy it. Like I was saying, the cruise thing, I wouldn't mind us going on a cruise and then the podcast paying for it, and we're doing podcasts in Cozumel. I wouldn't mind that,
That would be amazing. That would be
right?
so cool. Yeah.
So, and that's the point I want to get to
I
with
had to
this
take,
podcast.
yeah, like I think that there are so many people that go on like different adventures and being able to meet up with people who want to be on it or like want to film live and things like that. And I think that that's like, it's just so much fun because then you're like really right there with the people who listen to you. And I think that's really cool. And
Yeah,
yes, I did film this so that I could do a swipe up to watch you guys. So that way I could,
yeah.
have a little
So I would date. Yes, I would date
addition.
somebody.
You would date a fan.
I would date a
Um,
I would date somebody 40 and above. I would date somebody 40 and under. I think the lowest I would, that's a good question. Who's the lowest you would go and the highest you would go? The lowest I would go is they have to be 25. I mean, and that's young.
that's young.
Yeah.
I
But
think,
I think closer to 30. 25 is low. I would say 30, 27 because you're closer to 30. You're a grown ass woman. I mean, you're almost 30. It's downhill from there. So,
great. So glad.
and the oldest I would go, and this is going to sound bad, but I wouldn't go past my age. I wouldn't go past 45. Younger than me.
Oh, younger than you.
Is
I
that
think the
bad?
oldest I would go, um, yeah. The oldest I would go is probably like 35. And the youngest I would go is like 21. not much younger than me,
20.
like
Did you
25.
say 20?
No. I didn't finish. I'm like 20, like,
Okay.
like 25. I mean, I don't like to date somebody too much younger than me. So I'd say lowest for me, 25. Oldest for me, 35.
Okay.
Sorry, Russell.
Hey,
Yeah,
them
I'm
charming
very.
older men, may one day swipe you off your feet and you don't even know. Just happen.
You just don't even know. I'm gonna save
Have a-
that. Save that for your girls. Don't you worry.
okay.
Oh,
Everybody was waiting to hear you say.
23. Oh yeah, everybody was still waiting to
Everybody was
say
waiting for you to say
46.
around my age. It's okay, guys.
Sorry, I
I
kept you
can
on
tell.
your toes, but guys, probably 35 is my limit.
So no,
23 is too
I
young,
think
only because I have a
I
brother
think
that's like.
25 for me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that 25 now it's just it's too young. It's just 27 is perfect.
Yeah. I think like I think that guys mature a lot. Like I mean, I think that women like I don't know, it's fine to have a younger girlfriend because women do mature
No, it's not
pretty.
okay for a woman to have a younger boyfriend. If you would have said
No.
20, I would have been like,
I mean, that's why it
what
was
are
really
you
hard for me to
talking
like
about?
accept to try and date Michael because I just couldn't like fathom. Also, I'm an older sister. So my brother is 26 and my sister is almost 21. And so like I just really want to make sure that my boyfriend can be a leader for like all of us. So like
Right.
and no, I do not have a boyfriend. Yeah.
She's single. Libby is single, but you have to be
Yeah.
under 35
Under
and
35.
over 25. So you
Yeah.
have a 10-year span.
I mean, I
But
would prefer a guy older than me, not gonna lie.
yeah, but I have to say that, I mean, I say that I wouldn't date somebody older than me, but I can't say that for sure. I mean, I wouldn't put a number on anybody's head
Right.
unless unless they're like 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
Libby,
And
if
I
I
think like I
told
think
you
that
that I was dating a 19-year-old, what would you say to me? If I would tell you online, and I was like, here's my 19-year-old girlfriend right here, and she come on and say, hey, Libby, I'm a
hi.
huge fan.
I would treat her just the same. I'm not gonna judge you. Like I think that everybody has their own opinion. It happens like love comes in all different size, like different ages and
Yeah,
things.
you have to
I
judge me, Libby.
I
At
mean
18, you have to judge me.
and that like I'm not. I mean I'm not
I
gonna
would judge you. I would sit you down, Libby. Like I would have a serious conversation with you. Like like
lie right
I,
there. I would be like, not live. I would have to like let it sink
I
in a
mean,
little bit.
you might not want to talk about it, but I would be like, listen, we're going to talk about this because you can't do that. Libby. He's super young. He's immature. You know,
Yeah.
he's going sneaking
I
alcohol.
mean, sneaking alcohol into parties, like, come on.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if you did that, I would very much question it, but I wouldn't like one first be like, are you serious? Like, I'm just not that kind of person to be like, okay, that's
No,
weird.
I wouldn't
Like,
be. If you did it, I wouldn't be like, "Are you serious?" I'd just be like, "Libby,
yeah.
you know, let's talk off camera.
Yeah.
Let's have
Yeah.
a. I'm gonna call you in a little bit."
Yeah. So, okay. Let's talk more about Survivor, you guys. Sorry, we
They
got a little
love.
off subject.
We didn't lose. We didn't lose a single person talking
Y'all
about
can't see the
Libby's love life.
numbers.
So we seen the. Was this episode where we seen the Tony spy nest?
Yes, and Sarah walks up and is like, "It's just me, Tony," and he's like, "Oh, okay." Like it was super
But
weird.
and they didn't even show it after that. It's all for TV. That shows you that nothing's going on out there except for Tony,
Just
and
doing
that's all
stuff.
that's happening.
I I don't know. Like it's just Yeah, that was that. So Tony finally set up. He's back to his old Tony. Like he's back to also like where he gets the sympathy, like where he turns to other players, like, man, you don't want to really do that to me. Like, I'm at the bottom right now. Like, blah blah blah. Like trying to get like the sympathy. Now he's like back to how he played originally, which I didn't miss. Like, I think that I really liked how he was playing initially, and I liked like his like trying to his climb up to the top. Where like you enjoy the process kind of thing. I like watching him climb up to the top, but now that he's at the top, I'm like,
Right.
I'm not enjoying it as much. Like now, where's the process for somebody else?
Well, you didn't see him though. You didn't like that was a good hiding spot though. You
Yeah,
didn't
up in the
see anything.
tree, nothing.
Right.
Much better than being on the ground.
Right. Just a dang. I think that he does that. He did the every time he did it, it really didn't work. Maybe the Spy Shack worked. I don't know, but I think it's what he does. It's TV. Somebody asked me. They were like, "Okay, if you played again, would you?" Because we have. Let's look back in Survivor history. You have Rupert with his tie dye. You have Kobe, the hero. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Tom, the hero. That's their thing. You have Fair Play with his hair and his symbols. You have things like that. You have me with my fedora. So they were like, "Would you wear your fedora?" And you know, I don't know if I would. I've never wore a fedora in my life until Survivor. Yeah.
That's so funny.
So
I
this is
know.
how that happened. My buddy was like, you got to be a character, right? And I'm not an actor. I don't know what how to be a character. I'm just gonna. He said, just be yourself. Just be aggressive. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll try to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm good at talking. I had my own company several times. I had my own employees. I had 75 employees, so I was able to get my point across.
Mm-hmm.
So so I'm good at that type of thing. And then I'm like, I don't know. He said, you have to dress the part too. So I wore the little fedora. And he said, do you know, I'm going to wear this. I'm going to wear this in my interview. He said, if you wear that, you're never going to be able to take it off again.
Never
He's like,
took it off.
if you wear it, that will be who you are.
Yeah. That's so
But I don't,
funny.
I wear when I do events and stuff, I'll wear it. If I go on a cruise and I'm with the girls and we're going to fancy, it sometimes it looks good with whatever I'm wearing, a fancy dinner or something. But yeah, Dora thing. And then they had this girl in high school that I was obsessed with. The whole school was. She was a cheerleader, and she after the fact of Survivor, she's like, "Oh, I always liked you," and I'm like, and she said, and 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 I told everybody you looked so cute when you wore them fedoras. I never wore a fedora in high school in my life.
That's weird.
So it was, like all of a sudden,
Yeah.
yeah.
So my
What's that country song?
character was supposed to be like the Southern Belle. So that's why I wore like these little like
Yes.
boots and like lace shorts that definitely don't fit me anymore. And then I wore like a little like bell sleeve shirt and like a very, very light jacket. And so and then like a matching set of like bra and underwear or whatever. But like
Yeah.
it was very like it was all pink and orange and very very Malolo colors, I guess. And so yeah, that was my character was just like this like little southern blonde girl.
Did
And
you walk around in your underwear, Libby?
oh yeah. Ooh, that was a big thunder.
Was that weird, or
Yeah.
did you get used to it?
I mean, I got used to it because like the thing was is like as you know, you just don't want to like dirt like my lace shorts were really thick and I needed something warm to be able to sleep in. So
Yes.
like I didn't want to get them wet if we had challenges or anything. So I just got used to it. I was just like, I mean, this covers more
Well,
than a bathing suit anyways,
it
so
makes sense. Richard Hatch told me once the reason he was naked all the time is because he was getting chapped. That's why he started. I
yeah.
got so chapped I was bleeding at one point. Like
Yikes.
we were wet
Ugh.
constantly in season 19. So no, I get it. I was like, okay, I understand. Makes
Yeah.
sense. But it was
Wow.
weird. I remember the very first challenge in season 19. I took off my pants and was like doing that challenge in my underwear and was like, I'm in my underwear with
Yeah.
200 people on national
Here we
television,
are.
200 all around us. And I mean, it's no big deal if I'm in my underwear, but we would a little bit different.
And that's why I'll play Big Brother. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. I
Right.
mean, our first challenge, like as a tribe, was in the water, like in the middle of the ocean. Like you didn't see any land, any direction you looked. So obviously, and we didn't have our swimsuits yet. You don't get your bathing suits for a little while. So it definitely was like, okay, now just get used to it just right off the bat.
Do you think that, let's say Big Brother or Survivor, do you think that you could get, uh, like your whole game disappears when you start that romance thing? Like you're in a game of, for $1 million. Now it's 2 million. You're in a game, and all of a sudden you start liking somebody out there. That can mess up your game, especially
Yeah.
on Survivor. We see the showmances go further in Big Brother, but Survivor nowadays they hate to see the girl and the guy together. So do you, let's say you really was into somebody, you felt it, the spark was there. Do you think you could step away from that and actually play the game without even and vote this person out?
I think like the thing was is I told myself I was not going to. And it's like if a spark is there, it's not that like you're giving up $1 million. Like for me, it's weird because you're like, okay, chemistry, let's vote together. Let's try and play. But like, but if you had this spark, it's like hard to ignore it. Where like, okay, like I can't look at you at all because then it's like, yeah, showmances are an instant target, but like, it's weird because just imagine like you see this person, the spark is kind of obvious, or you're talking at some point. People automatically get, oh yeah, they're voting together. You try to avoid each other, they're voting together because they're never together. So like it's obvious like people just pair you up and you have no choice. Like if you just like okay, like Vicky and Taylor were very obvious. So that was just like they're obviously voting together and they're trying to be together and it's just like
But don't you think it would be smart to, at one point, to be like, look, yeah, we're voted together, but it comes a point in time in this game where I have to vote him out. Could you
yeah.
do that? Because
Right. I
I'm
mean,
telling you
that's what
right
I
now,
voted. I voted. I tried to vote Michael out. That was when he had the idol and he didn't tell us about it. And like
uh,
that was like because I was like I hate messing with this. This is my game. Like I want to take this over, but he didn't tell us, and so I didn't vote with Michael the last time. But I got voted out, and it was by the three girls that like that I was never in an alliance with, and they didn't know that Michael had an idol either. So like
but yeah, that's harder for me to do. That's harder for me to do. If I have a connection with somebody, that's my downfall in the game. Because the third time I played, I had a connection with Krista while I was playing, and then it was like, uh, I couldn't. I went down with the ship.
yeah
I I could have threw my vote off and voted for her or Stephanie. I could have threw my vote off and that one of them would have went home, but I didn't because I was like, that's not how I play.
hmm
So I think that if I ever play again, it's a good thing that I don't go down with the ship. But it's a bad thing for my game that I cannot vote. Like if I play with my daughters, there's no way I'm voting them out. That's
no
just not happening.
yeah that would be really hard.
You know, if I play with somebody I care about, I'm not voting them out. I'm fighting for them to get further in the game. If
Yeah.
I play with you, Libby, I'm fighting for you to get further. You're getting further in the game. Got to fight. And
A
it, but
fight.
that's my problem in the game. If you want to know my weakness in the game is not being able to step away from that, not being able to be like she's on her own. You know what I mean? If I
Yeah.
care about that person, I cannot say that. And I think
Yeah.
that's another Southern quality,
No, you're
by the
just a
way.
gentleman.
I
Just a
mean, you just
gentleman.
can't. It's just hard. It would be hard for me to do. So
Yeah.
by you not voting that one time is a big deal. It's a big deal.
Hmm.
It shows that you're ready to play the game, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah, and that's what sucked. I was so mad. I was like, should have tried one time earlier, or like, that was just it. Oh, I ran through that so many times in my head. I I don't know. I just think it was very like. I mean, anytime you're out there, you're like you weigh so many different options, and you don't know when your time to like strike would like is taken away from you. Like when they tell you like lockdown, you're like,
Right. Okay.
no.
Yeah, and we
Okay.
can let's go ahead and get to it here. What we
Oh
build this
yeah,
up
we're
to
already an
be.
hour down. Shoot,
Yeah, I know
it's
it's an hour and
crazy.
5 minutes already.
Woo!
So who do you think? I said Kim was going home last time.
Yeah,
So
you
and she
did.
went home, and I'm still gonna stick with Natalie coming back if they have that. I'm gonna always stick with Natalie. That's my pick coming back. It's Natalie.
I would
Uh,
stick with Natalie coming back. I think she's my
and
pick
it
too.
if there was a Vegas odds on this, Natalie would be favorite. Would you agree?
Say that one more time. I got
If there was
distracted.
if there was if there were
That's what
Vegas
it is.
odds. Oh, somebody said something.
I
Well,
think it is a random comment.
if there were if there were Vegas odds on this on who's coming back, it would be Natalie.
Natalie,
I think
yeah.
she would be favorite, even odds.
Her edit is just like clear as day. She's coming back. Parvati's just sticking with her a lot. I just think that like it's definitely focused in on Natalie coming back. She's just and everybody loves to see Rob, so that's why they're playing him so much on EOE. But like I don't know. I think Natalie's coming back. I
Yeah,
think either Sarah or
who's
Sarah
going home next?
or Sarah
Oh yeah,
or I don't know if Jeremy. I think they're either gonna try and because obviously Tony might if Tony doesn't win, he's gonna use his idol.
yeah.
So I think he's
I
not
think
going
I
home
have.
next.
I'm like an EU on this season at this point. It's like okay, Kim's going next. To me, it's Jeremy because
They're
everybody's
gonna
saying
try
his
and hit
name that
one
he could
of
win.
Tony's alliances. Yeah, I think that if they're smart, they're gonna hit either one of Tony's alliances. They're gonna try to like make him like single him out so they can just like gang up on him. I don't think it's Denise. I don't think it's Nick. I think it's either Sarah or Jeremy.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be if I get two picks, I would say the same thing. That
Yeah.
would be my pick. But I think because they're all saying, "Oh, Jeremy's got a shot to win at this," and I think they're all thinking that, and
Yeah.
because of that, it puts him in trouble.
Well, I think yeah, I forgot. It is gonna be there are two votes this episode because it's a 2 hour episode.
Oh yes, yes. I think both of them. I think that's the two.
I think it might
I
be
still say that.
I think it's gonna be yeah, Sarah and Jeremy or one random one like either Nick or Denise. Maybe Ben, I don't know, because maybe Jeremy, somebody gets with Jeremy to vote Ben out, but
Right.
I think it's like I don't know, I think it's Sarah and somebody else. I don't know.
And somebody just commented, and this was, it was painful to watch Danny. It
Oh,
was what
broke my
is going on there.
heart.
She looks like she just got back from a prison camp.
She looks oh my gosh, just watching her run, I was like, no more, please. I actually got to talk to Danny because her and I were gonna be staying together at the bowl-a-thon. So her and I were on the phone a lot. I was just like watching her run and just talk. It's just man, I
Man,
hope
I mean that cannot be
that was
healthy. That
rough.
cannot. That looks like she's about to like have a
Yeah,
major breakdown right there.
yeah, yeah. That was painful. Whew.
She beat Rob, by the way.
This is true.
We'll go ahead and end it at that.
Well, this was fun. This one was fun.
All right. So, you guys, we got shirts, new school shirts coming out. We're about to be sporting. If you want to be part of the Patreon group, just look in the link, the description in my YouTube videos, and you'll see it there. You can become that. And now, because we need enough Patreons to be able to go on a cruise. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes. Lots
Close
of
them
people.
out. We need to be doing this live in Cozumel, Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so fun.
Especially I want to get away. That's why I booked 2 cruises yesterday. 2. Because I was like, I got to get out of here. I got to
do some more
something.
podcasts to be able to book 2 cruises. But
No,
it's going to happen.
The Russell Hans show is going to take care of that.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have that many fans.
That's right.
So we've had a good show. We had nobody. We ain't losing anybody. We ain't all talking Survivor. And that's positive. I think this show is going to grow more and more. I just think it is.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be on the podcast. So the people listening on the radio, we appreciate you too. But
Great.
I got to say that it would be better if you tuned into YouTube because you can actually, I have a radio face, like I said before, and Libby has a YouTube face. I think,
Okay, yes. Find me on Cameo, Mike. I know we'll have fun. We'll do lots of fun stuff. And hi, Ben and Josh.
Yeah. If you message Libby, if you DM Libby, do not start it off with, I'm a big fan of yours. And you have to be under 35 and over 25. Yeah. I would say over 30. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. You can put Russell Hanson, put the asterisk above that.
Russell says over 30.
Over 30. And that's it. So I appreciate everybody watching and listening on the podcast. Libby, this was a fun one. It went through fun. Before we knew it. We're already an hour and 12 minutes. I hope the weather gets better there.
Thank you.
Tell Andrea I said hi. And whatever I did, that I apologize. And I'm sorry if I did anything at all. Okay. She'll probably tell you. Then you can tell me off camera.
Okay.
If it's too embarrassing, I'll probably say it. I'm pretty up forward. I'd probably say it once I find out. I'll probably let everybody know anyway.
Let everybody know.
I mean, it's
good to know.
We do stupid things when we're stupid.
Hey,
you gotta grow up sometime.
We all have a past.
It took me a little while.
I'll let you know. I'll tell Andrea you all said hello.
All right.
All right, guys.
Libby. Appreciate it. Guys.
Thank you. See you next week, guys.
See you next week.
Bye.
Later. Bye-bye.